Okay, I've mixed these two decks, and I don't know if I like it. I don't think I can do it anymore, honestly. It's just the cards are different card stock, and you can definitely tell, and I feel like I'm always pulling one deck versus the other. Alright, so how's it, everybody? Welcome to the Chaos Effect Mine, and welcome back. I appreciate you if you're joining me. If you're new, if you're OG, welcome, welcome. All life and walks of life are welcome here. Unless you're negative, you take that shit and shove it up your ass. Alright? So if it doesn't apply, let that shit fly like a rubber band, alright? So we're just going to get a general message here. We're going to see what's going on, what the collective may need to know. I want one card, please. Mahalo. Alright, one card. What does the collective need to know? Yeah, see, it's so much smoother shuffling this deck without the other deck in there. Also, this feels like less cards, alright? Atlantis, keep the big vision. Stay in alignment as you grow, alright? So keeping our vision right now, keeping your goals in mind is very important. That's just a message I keep getting left and right. And Warrior Woman is on the bottom of this. So maybe you're, again, gender doesn't apply. So apply it as it resonates. Take it if it does. Leave it if it doesn't. All right. So maybe you're a warrior woman fighting through something in your life currently. Aren't we all? Oh, this is a very dark card. Hold on. The initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Okay. So as I said, maybe you're going through something to discover who you are. You know, the initiation card came out, all right? And on the bottom, take a break. Life's a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. All right? So maybe you've been on the proverbial treadmill of life and you just keep going, okay? It's important to rest, and I feel like this stone matches this card heavily. But yeah, so maybe you're going through an initiation right now, and it could feel like you're in a lost world because Atlantis, right? So keep the bigger vision in mind and stay in alignment as you grow. All right, that's definitely important, especially as we ascend through this life. It's definitely important to understand that the things we go through are temporary and that they are not a setback. They're a push forward, okay? And you know, things can seem like a setback at some point, but it's just, you know, not everything is as negative as we make it seem. All right? What else does the collective need to know? Rev me up a little buttercup. Air signs can be relevant. Message on the bottom, so maybe you have a message coming in from an air sign. Who knows? 33 is on the bottom of this card. 28 is on the bottom of this card. 28 could be relevant. 2, 8, 10, 6 could be relevant too. Death and then divine masculine is here too. All right, so there's definitely a rebirth happening, especially with this. I don't know if this is a moth or a butterfly. It looks like a moth a little bit to me, but I still feel like the message is relevant when it comes to being in a cocoon and going through an initiation and coming out the other side. And death isn't always a negative thing, okay? Death is a very transcendent, transformative thing that we go through in this life, and we're constantly dying over and over again every single day, every moment of the day, all right? You not resonating with something anymore, that's you in having a death in your life, right? Like you ascending and it's important to mourn these things, right? It's important to mourn the old energies that we used to have around us. It's important to mourn who we used to be. But again, don't get stuck there, right? Don't get stuck in those feelings. Please clarify. Oh, okay. Shadow again with the look, shadow, and then rest is on the bottom. Okay, so 22, 4 is relevant, 38, 11. All right, and then this is in like a pond or something because it's got the lily pads and stuff. And then yeah, see, this looks like a casket or something that's on her, like a tombstone. Some type of mummification situation happening at the bottom. I don't know, but I feel like again with the shadow and the initiation, okay, and then the butterflies and moths or whatever they are up top. All right, so you are currently going through an initiation currently. Whether it looks like you're in the light or in the shadow, only time will tell. But you know, again, I feel like we try to demonize our shadow side when our shadow side is just as important to integrate as our light, okay? Because without one, we cannot have the other, all right? And fleeting, okay? So it could be a fleeting feeling you're feeling when it comes to mourning your old life. You see how this person down here, they look sick. They got like a red nose and stuff, all right? So these feelings, remember that feelings are fleeting. They can, and joy is on the bottom, okay? So your joy lies just on the other side of going through this transformative phase in your life. And look, 6 again, 42, 6 as well. So these 6 is relevant in some way, shape, or form. Let me see here. I forget. I know 6 means balance. Harmony, balance, nurturing, and service to others. Okay, it represents love, responsibility, and domestic, often seen as the symbol of transitional condition of humanity. See, transition again, initiation. So something is transitioning is the word I want to use. All right. Whether it be a condition of you, a condition of humanity itself, it's considered a strong number for those who are compassionate, caring, and dedicated to creating harmony in relationships. Okay. So maybe there's a need for harmony and balance in all aspects of your life, including your relationships and personal well-being. Maybe you have a strong desire to serve others, to nurture others, to give back in some way. 6 can be a symbol of creation, and it can be linked to the creation of the universe and the 6th day of creation, and 6 perfections in Buddhism. All right. There are qualities that can be cultivated on the path to enlightenment, okay, which I feel like is fitting because my auntie has been trying to get me to go to temple with her, and I've made it twice, but it's for Buddhism. So, I feel like that's relevant because the more I go, the more I'll learn about these things, all right? And again, I feel like out of all religions or organized religions, I feel like Buddhism is something that I relate with heavily, and life path, you could be life path 6, which could be characterized as a caretaker, peacemaker, and a good communicator. Okay, so I want to know, okay, all right, I just felt called to read the 6 enlightenments of Buddhism. Okay, so generosity, morality, patience, diligence, concentration, and wisdom are the 6 are the 6 breakdowns of each, all right? And it says 6 perfections are not meant to be achieved in isolation, but rather as a harmonious and interconnected practice. Developing these perfections is a key aspect to the Bodhisattva's journey. I hope I said that right. I think I did. Don't judge me. Developing these perfections is key aspect to the journey as they strive to achieve the enlightenment, not just for themselves, but for the benefit of all beings, okay? So again, like I can't talk. Like my affirmation reading, okay? It said something about new bonds and cycles of life, okay? So maybe you're being called to step out from the shadow, to find your joy, to go out into the bigger picture and stay in alignment as you grow, but also include others in that journey, okay? Whatever that means for you specifically. All right, it could mean one thing for someone else. It could mean something else for someone else. All right, hold on. I want to use this deck actually. This way. All right, now I have a tarot message for the collective, clarifying this reading. Rev me up, little buttercup. Oh, mahalo, Queen of Wands. Okay, so confident, self-assured, passionate, determined, social and charismatic, vivacious and optimistic. Okay, so you see how she's sitting there on her flower throne. All right, so with her black cat could be significant. Lions could definitely be significant. There's a lot of lions in there. Wands is fire energy, so that makes sense. But yeah, so again, charismatic and social. So again, maybe you're being called to step out on the scene. So fresh and so clean. High priestess, right? So she's sitting here in her power with her little book or whatever. It's your intuition, your mystery, your spirituality, your higher power, and your inner voice, right? So you're being called to integrate your initiation in your shadow to bring about this Queen of Wands energy, and Ace of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. So you're getting that creative spark, again, with the 6, that initiation for that new passion and the enthusiasm and the energy, and the inspiration to bring forth all of these things. All right. We got 10 of Pentacles on the bottom of this deck. Please clarify the Queen of Wands. Rev me up, my little buttercup. This could be about love. This could be about relationships in your life. This could be about just you personally. You know what I mean? Like again, please take it wherever it resonates and leave it if it's. Oh, the Hierophant came out. So again, Hierophant is the counterpart to the High Priestess. So I feel like that's fitting. All right. So see how they're all zen and white and shit like that. All right. So ritual, ceremony, tradition, structure, knowledge, and wisdom. Teacher. Okay. You could be a teacher. I forget what these skeleton keys are called, but yeah. So again, maybe you need the structure and tradition of others seeking the same spiritual capacity as you, okay? Maybe you're gonna find a 10 of Wands on the bottom, okay? So release the burdens when it comes to finding the right spiritual path or the right religious path for you, okay? As long as you're connected to your inner power, your most high, like your inner self, your inner God, goddess, like I don't see the problem with like labeling it. This society just wants to label everything. Please clarify the High Priestess. Mahalo. All right, and the world, okay? So again, something is coming to a completion. You are going to get the success you want. You are going to get rewarded for the things you're going through currently, okay? It doesn't feel like that right now. I know, I understand, but your joy, look, your joy and your love is coming, all right? And then you got inspiration on the bottom of the deck. You got High Priestess again, and then rest as well again. I think that's like the 4th time we've seen rest. Okay, so 10 is relevant. 6 is definitely relevant. 7 is relevant. 4, 6 again with the joy. Okay, so just remember that from the act of you resting, you're going to embody this High Priestess energy with love, with joy, and the inspiration will flow and come. So that full moon in the background there, I feel like maybe this full moon was significant or the next one could be, okay? We got a couple of weeks for the next one to come in. But, yeah. I don't know. This is all I got for you guys today. So I pray it resonated with somebody, and I hope it helped.